Hello racers and welcome to our next event. For this one we're back in Abingdon for the Carnival. Carnival's a weekend of auto solos, of sprints, of rallies. Everyone comes down and camps, they have comedians in the evening. It's a real carnival atmosphere, hence the name. So today we are running two courses, the Abingdon course and the Bentley course, which is actually the first ever event we've had split into two separate courses. You get two practice runs, 2 times run for each. We started on the Bentley course, which is the reverse of the last half of the long course, and the Abingdon is the first part of the long course, which is the high-speed section that you'll recognise from the first video. So we signed on with scrutineering, and then we had the driver's briefing just to let us know what's going on. I realise I haven't told you too much about scrutineering and the drivers, and I'll cover that in another video. We had some of the Formula cars back because it's quite suited to the Abingdon course, as well as your usual range of high-powered Caterhams, Radicals, and actually we had a couple of rally cars again this time, which was fabulous. People are taking the opportunity to do a sprint on the Saturday and the rally on the Sunday. So as we came out of the driver's briefing, you're able to have a sighting lap. So this is where all the cars go out, you have to wear your helmet and just get a view of the course. One thing I wanted to point out here is the speedo. So dead ahead, 12 o'clock is about 85 miles an hour. And then coming around, we're 100, 120 and 140 is about just gone 3 o'clock. So as you can see here from this view, keep an eye on the right hand dial on the speedo, and that will give you an idea of how fast I'm going. So this is timed one. I've skipped all the practice videos just to make this a bit more concise. So we've got the second part of the original course in reverse. So we've got a fast section here into a 90-degree right. Only a tiny amount of wheel spin there. And then we're going for a long U-turn, miss the first apex. Bit of opposite, try and get the second, miss the drains. A little bit more wheel spin, but using a lot of the track. The second long straight, which comes down to a very, very tricky U-turn. So it leads you in here, but the cones are offset. They're very, very sharp. So you almost have to go wider to get sharper, and then it's flat out through the last corner and across the finish. And then heavy on the brakes, actually. This, in my opinion, was a bit too tight. And then you had to join the track and make sure nothing was coming. So somebody asked me about what it's like in the pit lane, what happens after the run. So this now is into the paddock. There are two paddocks. There's another one over to the right hand side, but this is pretty typical. Everyone parks up, they find a spot each side. They park their cars on the grass. The cars they came in, they set up there. You can see the transit here on the left with the awning. Whatever you've got, you tend to park there. And my space is just here next to this yellow car. And then you just sort of feed out throughout the day as your time comes. So, timed run 2. Good start that time, minimise the wheel spin. So my first timed run was 58.35, and amazingly this timed run was 58.35, so no improvement, but interesting nonetheless. So down into third this time. I decided to keep it into third because I was losing too much speed on the downshift. Now I was trying trail braking here, and I left it on too long and nearly lost it. Very, very sloppy. There, just missed that clone. It was really good use of the track. Into this tricky U-turn again. Keep it really tight to the right. Tiny bit of understeer there, where I just left it too long, and flat through and then across the finish. Heavy on the brakes, so not too bad. here's me getting ready, and people break down. It's unusual for someone to be quite so inconsiderate breaking down in front of your garage. So it's gone lunchtime now, clouds have come over, but it's still pretty warm. So you'll recognise this from the very first race that we did. I use a really tight line here because the car's not fast enough to need the extra tarmac. You'll see I don't use the racing line for most of this course. I'm on it now. You can see the track's rubbered in from the other half of the grid this morning. And nice and tight here to get ready for this chicane. Turn down nice and early. And a good old boot for on the way out. Now this is the trickiest part. This is the most ballsy part of the track. You come down here as fast as you can. So if you look at the speedo now, I'm 80, 90 into 5th for this left-hander, probably now 100. Turn in, hold it together, right on the edge of grip, really close to losing it there, and that was about 100 before we turned in. So pretty exciting run, that one. Times two. So that run just now was 52.83, and this timed run ended up being a 54, so not quite as fast, but much quicker through the final apex. That's pretty exciting. So still everything's flat from the very start, still flat here. It's a bit of a test of how late you dare to brake there. It looks very wide on the video, but it's pretty tight for space. Clip that. Actually nudge that cone out the way, much straighter line on the exit. So we're now up to 80 in 4th, probably 90. Now this time I just nudged the brakes to make sure I had the weight over the front wheels. So we're about 100 and something there. Turned in, very smooth, right on the edge of grip, but a brilliant day. First in class, but really there was only me. The other guy I was competing against was disqualified for illegal tyres. But I will see you next time.